Hello and welcome to this Qigong practice where we're going to focus on legs and balance. And of course, overall body energy circulation and flexibility and conditioning. And of course, moving with the breath. So let's begin with our hands over our bellies. Nose breathing. Inhaling, the belly expands into the hands. Exhaling, belly softens back towards the spine. Inhale, expand the belly. Exhale, belly softening back towards the spine. And continuing at a pace that works for you. And throughout this practice, please honor what works for you in your body, given that we're going to do some balance work today. You may wish to have a chair handy for support, or even just go to a wall to place your fingers or onto the wall to support you. And let's turn to our stance. We want our legs about shoulder width apart. I'm often a bit wider. That's my comfort zone. And we want soft knees. We never want to lock out our joints unless a specific move requires it. But generally, soft joints to allow the energy to circulate. Softening the tailbone down towards the earth. Imagine that's going into the earth. And imagine that you have a string from the crown of your head, pulling you up towards the sky, allowing your shoulders to drop, tucking that chin just a little bit. Just have a nice straight spine. Beautiful. Let's release our arms. Let's activate our energy by turning on the hips and the waist, allowing the arms to knock across the low back, the front. We're knocking on our kidneys, the low back, also our adrenal glands, where the word adrenaline comes from. So we're ramping up our adrenaline. And also the kidneys in Chinese medicine are considered the body's batteries. So we're charging up our batteries, charging up our energy. We're getting all the organs across the front of the body here, lower body. And then we're going to take a light fist and knock just below the collarbone on our lung points, activating our lungs, our immune system. And then we're going to open the hand and we're going to slap up over the shoulder, slightly cupped hand. So your palm is getting the top of the shoulder. Your fingers are tapping on the upper back. A lot of energy meridians that go up into the head, run along the shoulder, up into the head, zigzag around the head. This is said to be great for clarity of thinking. And also, we hold a lot of tension in our neck and shoulders, some of us. And this is great to activate that qi, the life force energy. And then we'll come back down to the chest with that light fist. And then back down to the waist and the low back. And then we'll cease knocking. Spread the fingers, let the arms flow as if their fingers are flowing through water. Clearing out any energy from our energy field that's not serving us. Let's slow this down. Beautiful. And let's open up the spine, getting even more energy into the low back. We're going to bring our arms up. Drop the shoulders, drop the shoulder blades down and back. And if it's okay for your neck, look up. Then inhale. And then as you exhale, forearms come together. We're tucking the chin and the tailbone and curving through the spine. Come back up, open up, drop those shoulder blades down as we look up. So we're exhaling as we're coming down, inhaling as we come up. open that chest. One more. Then float the arms down to the sides. Beautiful. Now let's just start to shift the weight from side to side. We're opening up the hips. We're going to do some legs and balance work. We've got to include the hips. And so just relax your neck as you move your hips from side to side. This is called dog wags the tail. So if you just release your neck and just shifting the weight from side to side, imagine you've got a tail that you're wagging, and you just, no control here with the head. Just relax. And then we'll slow that down, slow it down, slow it down. Beautiful. Now we're going to open up a bit more with the neck and shoulders. Bring our arms out to the sides, palms facing towards the floor. Bring your ear over towards the shoulder. Hold this here for a few breaths. If you have neck and shoulder tightness, use mouth exhales, because mouth exhales are great for releasing tightness and tension. And then we're going to slowly bring the head back while it's on this angle, and then forward. Rolling the head back and forth on this angle. Next time your chin comes forward, roll it down to the chest, and then we're going to roll the head over to the other side, opposite ear to the shoulder. Holding for a couple of breaths. And then let's inhale, exhale forward. That's one. Roll the chin down to the chest, release, and give the arms a little shake. Now we're going to do the pump, which is great for the low back if you have low back tightness and tension. It also helps open up the hips and to warm up the legs. So we're going to bring the arms up, and as we bring the arms down, we're bending through the knees. The arms come all the way behind and up as we straighten the legs. And then the arms come back down, bend the knees. As they come up, we straighten the legs. We mouth exhale on the way down, nose inhale on the way up. So do this as rigorous or as gentle as you wish. One more. Come up, pause, float the arms down. Fantastic. Now we're going to come into a wider leg stance. Bending through the knees, and we're going to move our weight from side to side as we go into move the body like a river. And we want to relax that neck again. So as we're coming side to side, just relax. Think about flowing water. And you can stay up at this height, or you can come forward looking down at the floor, coming down a bit more, keeping your head in line with your spine. And then we're going to pause at center and come over into a forward bend. Having your knees bent as much or as little as you need to. Feeling the low back release. Feel that nice stretch in your hamstrings. Release the upper back, neck, head, and breathe. One of the best ways to get energy into our muscles in our body is breathing. And that also helps us to relax. All right, we're going to bend the knees and slowly roll up. Now bring one hand over the back of the other. We're going to come up into a gentle back bend. And then we're going to inhale up, and we're going to go into full body flow. So we're going to exhale as we flow down to a forward bend again. Bend through the knees, inhale, roll up. This stretches all the major muscle groups in the body. Last one. Beautiful. Let the arms down to the sides. And we're going to bring our legs back in. Give them a little shake. Anytime you need to give yourself a little shake or whatever during the during your practice, please do that, especially if you're working muscles that are a bit tight. And so now we're going to warm up all our legs, all of our leg joints. So you can either, we're going to be balancing on one leg while we do this. So you may wish to grab a chair or go to a wall, or you want to give this a try. Put your hands on the heads of two white tigers. So we're going to lift up the right leg, and we're simply going to flex and point. Flex and point. I'm going to make sure you can see what I'm doing. Flex, point, flex, point. And anytime you need to set down, if you need to set your foot down in between, then do so. Now we're going to start ankle circles. Start circling the ankle. And that's going the opposite direction. And let's pause that. Touch the toes down. Come back to the left leg, staying on the same leg that you're on. And we're going to do knee circles. So circling the leg. Getting these knees warmed up. And then pause and go in the other way. Awesome. Now we're going to set that down, and we're going to switch to the other side. So foot up, point, flex, point, flex. And again, if you have to touch down in between, I can feel myself a bit wobbly, which is good. Wobbly is fine. We're working our strength. When we stand on one leg, that works a lot of strength. That creates a lot of warmth and strength in the leg. So good for balance. Balance is so important, especially as we get older. I'm going to touch down. Now we're going to circle. Oh, I can feel my balance going. And as they say in yoga, they say find a drishti point. Like you don't need, you know what I'm doing. You don't need to watch me. So don't watch something that's moving Find like a still point on your wall or something to gently gaze at. And breathe. Focus on your breathing, and you'll find that that really helps your balance. All right, pause. I'm going to do the knee circles. Lift up, circle. And then the opposite direction. Bet you're feeling this in your thighs, or maybe not. I am. Getting those thighs warmed up. And let's pause. Now let's warm up our knees a little bit more. So bring your right leg forward, left leg back. Want a bit of balance here. And we're going to bend into the knees and slap. Slap the side of the knee. And then the front of the knee. And then in behind the knee. And then the side of the knee again. Front. In behind. And release. Slapping the back of the knee. I often remember this one. I don't always remember all the meridians in that, but we have a energy meridian and an acupressure point on the back of the knee. UB40, urinary bladder 40. So we're not only are we doing good for our legs, we're doing good for our bladder. And here we go. Opposite leg, bring your left forward, slap the side of the knee, bounce into the knees. Front. In behind the knee. And come to the side again. Front. And in behind again. And let's release. Oh, beautiful. Lots of chi flowing here. So let's come into a slightly wider stance. And we're going to do movement that's good for balance and also our knees. So light fists coming up. We're going to squat down, shift your weight over to the left, bring your right leg up, bring it forward, and then we're going to slap the knee. And then we touch down with the toes, nice and slow. Then the heels. We squat, shift the weight over to the right. We lift up that knee. We're also pushing the hips forward at the same time. You can tell this is my wobbly side. Slap the knee. So we squat, shift weight, slap knee, hips forward. Squat. Nice and slow. Pushing the hips forward. Oh, toes down first, then the heel. Then we come up. Push hips forward. And here I go completely off balance. Let's do one more to each side. There's one. There's two. Beautiful. How's that feel? Okay, so now we're going to do one that I love because it's great for the legs, the hips, balance. And it's a warm-up I see soccer players do that my teacher Lee taught us. And how Lee got into qigong was he had a soccer injury in university and he did all these different therapies. Nothing really helped with this injury he had from soccer, and I forget what the injury was. But he found qigong and tai chi, and that's what healed him. So I think that's really awesome to know that, and that's like over 30 years ago. And so I'm not sure if this is his movement of his making, but as a soccer player, he does this one often for us. So we lift up, and it's called, I just call it leg swings. So you're lifting up, and then you bring, I gotta back up here. You bring the outside of your foot out, and then you open the hip to the other way. Now you've got the instep facing out, the knee comes up, and then we touch down. Now we switch sides. So outside of the foot, turn, inside of the foot, and down. And we do it with a bit of a swing. I want my two tigers back. There may be some wobbling going on here. If you need to grab a wall, I would suggest behind you so you don't kick it, or even a chair. Have your hand on a chair behind you. You just don't want to kick any structures. So it's like swing, swing, knee up, down. Swing, swing, knee up, down. I'm looking off because I find if I watch myself on camera, I get really wobbly. Swing, swing, up, swing, swing, knee up, down. Yeah, I got to get my two tigers back here. I think they wandered off. One more to each side. Whew. Well, I hope that was fun. And if you skipped it altogether or modified it, as I always say, modify whatever you need to modify. Beautiful. So let's give the arms a little shake. Bounce into the heels. Heels can come on the floor or stay off. If we bounce into the off, bring your heels off. Great for our bone density. Might not be so good for your knees or your heels. So whatever works for you. Let's inhale through the nose. Mouth exhale with a sigh. That's the heart sound. Last one. Slow it down, and come to stillness. And let's close the eyes. And just notice you may feel some energy tingling and buzzing, maybe in your hands. Your heart rate might be up a bit. We did a lot of work there. And we're going to do more work or more play. Let's say we're going to do more balance play. I don't want to call it work. So let's reset. And we're going to gently go into our flow. We're going to go into flying. So just float the hands up to the sides. You want soft joints, wrists, hands, elbows, shoulders, soft. We inhale as we're coming up. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale. Imagine you're a bird flying. And the arms are going to come all the way up above the head this time. All the way up. Backs of the hands towards each other, not touching. And then we just float all the way back down. Let's come all the way up again. And back down. Now just to the shoulder height, and we're going to change this one up. So we're going to shift our weight over to our left, and we're going to bring our heel behind us. And then as we float down, we touch toes down, then the heel. So let's do that again. Arms up to shoulder height, and we lift up that leg, bend the knee, foot becomes behind you. Touching the toe down first, then into the heel nice and slow. One more like this. And we're going to change it out. Beautiful. Now we're going to bring our arms all the way above the head again, and we're going to lift the knee up to the front. So arms up, knee up to the front, then we float back down, touch the toes down, then the heel. We will do that again. Arms all the way up, knee up to the front. Arms up. And you can even, I'm going to show you a modification for the legs. If you don't like that, you could just like be on the toe. That's still working your balance, working the strength in the other leg. You can do that. One more with the knee up. Back down. Now we're going to go to the leg behind. So I'm going to show a modification for that. So arms to shoulder height. And if you don't want to balance on that, just bring your toe behind you. You can touch the toe. Just like that. I'll show you that one again. You can shift your weight over and just touch the toe. However you need to do it. It's perfect. Leg behind. Now we're going to combine them. So this time, arms all the way up, knee up. Touch down with the toes. Next time, arms to shoulder, foot behind. Arms to shoulder height, foot comes behind. Keep alternating. Arms all the way up, knee up. Beautiful. Shoulder height, leg behind. And we'll keep this rhythm, this pattern. Beautiful. One more set. Arms up, knee up. Shoulder height arms, foot behind. Now let's keep the feet firmly planted and fly up to shoulder height and down, up above the head and down. And now we're going to switch over to the right. So shoulders, shoulder height with the arms, bring the leg behind, bending the knee, foot just comes behind. We touch down with the toes, touch down with the heels. Now we know the pattern. So arms all the way up, knee up, backs of the hands towards each other, and then we fly back down. Shoulder height with the foot behind. Arms all the way up, knee up. I almost forgot where I was on that one. Sometimes when we get really into feeling the energy moving, I think I just did the same thing twice here. As I was saying, yes, sometimes I get so into the energy, it's like, oh, I forget where I was, which is not such a bad thing. Arm behind, foot behind. All the way up, knee up. Let's do one more to each side. Or each direction, I guess I should say. I lost my balance there. Arms float up, feet planted. One more time. Beautiful. Now let's pull down the sky and all that energy home to our bellies, floating the hands down towards the belly. Let's inhale up. Exhale. We're smoothing out all the energy we've cultivated. Last one. Let's bring our hands over our bellies. Let's bring our feet together. Outstanding. Well, I hope that practice was fun for you. And if you were wobbly, no judgment at all. It's just something you get to practice. And balance is really, really important for us as we get older. So I invite you to do this practice regularly and, just practice standing on one leg. Maybe you're standing in line at the grocery store or wherever you are, you're in line somewhere and just lift up one leg and stand on that one leg. And just maybe not putting your knee way up in the air and with the arms, but you can always just pick up that leg and just, act like you got a kink in your ankle. And if you don't care how you look, go hog wild. Awesome. So with the yin and the yang symbol, I express my sincere gratitude for you joining me for this practice. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.